Welcome to Pursuing Purpose with Tadzima. This show puts a spotlight and highlights the stories of individuals in our society that are making a difference, that are overcoming obstacles and achieving success at the same time. And today we have Wishborne Maja with us. Hi Wishborne, how's it going?
Hi Tadzi, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So tell us, who is Wishborne?
Okay, this gentleman you can see right here is described in a few words. I'm Wishborne Maja, I'm 21 years old, I'm tall, I'm handsome, if I can confirm, am I handsome?
I'll say you are.
People, they say I'm handsome.
Okay.
I'm the CEO, I'm the group CEO for two companies, Grace Projects and Simpson Constructions. And I'm also the CEO for this new club called Billionaire Academy, which is owned by the big business people like New York and Angel.
That sounds impressive.
Yes.
So you're running a construction company, and two construction companies, and also serving as the CEO of the Billionaires Club, which is so impressive. So I mean, obviously when people hear about all these achievements at 21, we're all wondering, like, how did that come to be? You know, you're only 21 and already you're an entrepreneur, you're achieving so much. Tell us about Wishborne, you're growing up, how you grew up, and what inspired you into entrepreneurship.
Yeah, firstly, I believe that everything that I do is because of God's assignment. God has assigned me to do great things. I'm driven to achieve greatness. I'm someone who's innovative, someone who's open-minded, and I'm fond of architecture. I was actually given an architectural license when I was in Form 4, still remember. I was 17 years old. So I can say it has been God since day one.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, was it a situation where, you know, you kind of stumbled upon entrepreneurship, or you were always someone who loved entrepreneurship?
Okay, I can say the way I grew up, I think, is one of the sources of my motivation. It gives me the drive so that I can be someone tomorrow. Let me take you back. If I'm to tell you the way I grew up, sure, honestly, the thing maybe I'm exaggerating and stuff. It wasn't good. It was hard for me growing up. I lost my mom when I was in Form 2, still remember. That's when I started staying abroad. I stayed in Chile since 2014 till I finished school my area. Yeah. So when I lost my mom, things just turned off. You know, getting to stay alone, I faced a lot of hardships. And my father, back then, he was staying in South Africa. So at times I would call my father, I need this school, but sometimes he wouldn't know me. So it was hard. So it gave me the drive that, I should stand up for myself. Yeah. And I learned something during this journey, that your background has nothing to do with where you want to go and what you want to become. So that actually gave me the drive. The situation that I got in when I was growing strengthened me through this journey.
It's powerful, saying that your background does not have anything to do with where you're going. In fact, it can actually be the reason why you push yourself even harder, right? Go beyond the circumstances that you're facing. And it's really inspiring to see how you push through. So after you managed to, go through school, how did you manage to raise money for your school fees, for your food, with your mother passing away and your father being far away?
Okay, when my mom passed away, I actually got into my mother's relatives. Like, I just want to give an appreciation to my uncle. He was the one, who took care of me. So at some point, I would call him, "Uncle, I need this." And he'd say, "No, I'm sending in a minute." He's a doctor in Rwanda. So he's the one who has been with me all this journey. So that's how I got to survive till Form 4. When I was given an architectural license, that's when I started doing my own things, paying my own school fees, starting to do some designs for the responsibility for the school as well, project at school. So I would raise some money and I would pay my own school fees. I started doing that when I was 17 years old. Yeah.
And why architecture? Why construction? Why was that the thing that drew your attention?
Okay, I think it's something that is important. That's what I can say. Because I still remember my grandmother actually told me that when I was young, I used to tell people that when I grow up, if I'm rich, I'm going to build new houses. I'm going to design some buildings, you know. So it's something that was in me. Something that I was owning. Yeah. So taking back when I was in grade 6, I got into a challenge, a competition. It was a provincial competition when we were given a task to design something. So surprisingly, most of the people, they design some cars and stuff, but I just said to myself, no, let me just design a building.
Wow.
And I made a sketch of a building. Then I got number 2 in the whole program.
Wow, that's impressive.
So that really showed me that, no, this is my
It's your talent.
It's my talent.
Yeah.
So when I went to high school, I was enrolled in a class that was doing technical graphics and design technology. Yeah. So it got in mind that, no, and I have something that I have to do with this, because I believe that everything that I do is because of God is alive.
Yeah. Which is powerful, because then that leads me to my next question, which is purpose. Because every time we talk about how, we overcome so many obstacles and God is the reason why we overcome it, it actually makes me think then about purpose. So, I mean, do you believe in purpose?
Yeah, I actually do believe in purpose. On my own perspective, or the way that I think purpose is, purpose is something that is in you already. Yeah. So, but the only thing you can do to discover purpose is to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
But firstly, you have to believe in God for you to discover your purpose. Yeah, purpose is something that you're born with. Yeah, you don't have to be told that your purpose is this, your purpose is that. But you yourself, you have to believe in yourself first.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I believe is purpose. Purpose is something that is in you already. Yeah.
And what do you believe is your purpose?
I believe my purpose is to become a business entrepreneur. And why do I say so? Because I'm someone who's open-minded, who's innovative.
Yeah.
It's not only architecture that I do, but I do a lot of things. If I get any opportunity to just make money, to just solve a problem, I can.
You can do it.
Yeah.
And now you have paired your skills, your talents with your construction company in giving back positively. Because now you're now a CEO of the Billionaires Club, which is an entrepreneurship, innovative club which you are working with Muliwa Hood. And you, at 21, you are a CEO of such a big institution. How does that make you feel?
I don't know words actually. All I can say is it's God. I don't have much to say on that, but I just give praise to God. I live my life is actually of God's glory, not mine. So just leave it out to Him. But may the glory be given to Him.
Yeah, exactly. And how does it feel? Because I feel like, whenever we're talking about purpose, we sometimes think that purpose is just for our own benefit. But I see that you have taken it a step further. You've gone beyond just starting your construction companies, but you're now creating a club that is going to bring together these entrepreneurs from all over the country who are looking for opportunities to grow. So you're literally not just focusing on yourself, but focusing on improving the lives of other entrepreneurs and giving them knowledge, skills, networks, and so forth. I mean, what drives you to do that? What drives you to have that feeling of wanting to give back to others?
Okay, taking a look at the way I grew up, I'm someone who always wanted to achieve good things, to change the lives of my family. I'm born in a family of 5, but I lost my mom, like I've just said. So I'm just left with my dad and my other 2 siblings, a boy and a girl. So what gives me the drive is the way I grew up. It wasn't that hard. And I want to be an inspiration and motivation to all young people, that you can come out great from this. That you can be someone, you can actually be whatever you want to be. it doesn't matter all the circumstances you face with challenges, but you gotta believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta set a vision for you. Nobody sets a vision for you, but you're the one who got the vision.
Yeah.
And you're the one who is responsible for your life.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, so that's really powerful, and which actually takes me to the next question, which is really, what are some of the values, like, how do you make sure that you succeed with what you're doing? Because I can imagine how difficult it is managing so many different projects. What are some of the principles, some of the work ethics, some of the values that you have that make it possible for you to juggle so many different things?
As an African child, I believe in the spirit of Ubuntu. And as we grow up in the community of this Zimbabwean culture, I believe that every elder person, someone who's older than you got the wisdom and the knowledge that if you sit down and talk to that person, you can harness that wisdom for you. So I'm someone who knows the norms and the values, and someone who listens to the elderly people and respect. And mostly God Almighty.
Yeah.
Those are the values, and also being kind and love. It's one of the greatest things that I've managed to garner.
So what are some of your role models? What some of the, whether it's local, international, what some of the people you look up to?
I look up to my father. Like, that man is something else. He's the one who's responsible for me being here. Although things are tough in my life, but he's my role model.
That's great.
And in terms of business, I'm inspired by I'm now inspired by you all, because I'm right now reading his book, How to Make Money. It has really inspired me. So he's now one of my inspirations.
Okay.
Because the way he dresses himself, yeah, you can see from the way I'm dressing.
Yes, you're ready for business.
Taking some notes from there.
That's impressive. So what's upcoming for you? Like, what can we look forward when it comes to Wishborne Maja, so that we can be on the lookout for it?
Okay, right now I'm pursuing my studies at Rand Polytechnic. I'm studying civil engineering.
Okay.
So I have a big dream to change Zimbabwe. Like, if you can see, Zimbabwe is behind in terms of infrastructure. So I want to implement the modern architecture construction.
Yeah.
So I think when I'm done with this school, I'll be able to do some projects. And I'm also into music. I'm a songwriter.
Yes.
I've produced so many songs, but I haven't released them. Why? Because here in Zimbabwe, it's really difficult for you to just release your music and let everyone hear that song, but you have to find good management.
Yes.
So I'm just waiting for the right time. I believe that in everything that you do, you gotta wait for the right time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really impressive, because I have heard your music. It's really, really good. So how do you use your music together with your entrepreneurship and all, and like, how do you combine? Because that shows a multi-talented, multi-gifted person. So how do you kind of bring these two skills together?
Music to me is like life. I believe that where words fails, music speaks. And since I was a little kid, whenever I got stressed, I would use music as my healer, or something that can help me to go through the situation. So right now, I'm not doing anything to my music. Why? Because I have a lot of pressure, going to school, like I'm doing something, and it's a demanding program.
Yeah, it is. I
a
can
lot of
imagine.
assignments, and also with my business construction, a lot of clients are coming in. It's a startup company, but I can thank God it's going well.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of pressure. So I think if I find good management in terms of music, with my 61 unreleased one, I can push on them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you're going to inspire other young people as well to go for their dreams through your music, which is really what you do, and that's really amazing. So I mean, thank you so much. So how do people who are watching, how do they get in touch with you? You know, you've got three actually very interesting things that you do. Like you are the CEO of the Billionaires Club. I'm sure that we have some young entrepreneurs watching who are thinking, how do I become a part of this Billionaires Club? How do I contact Wishborne about the construction company? How do I get in touch with Wishborne for his music? So how do people get in touch with you?
Okay, they can get in touch with me on my WhatsApp number 078-496-0081 or my email account Wishborne Maja @gmail.com. Yeah, that's where they can get in touch with me.
All right, sounds great. Thank you so much, Wishborne, for joining us. Any parting words of encouragement, of inspiration to the audience that is watching?
Okay, firstly, you gotta believe in yourself and believe in God.
Yeah.
Because God did believe in you. First day He created you.
Yeah.
So you gotta believe in yourself and be patient without whatever you're doing. Okay, and you don't have to listen to what other people say. Don't let anything fool you.
Yeah.
You gotta stay focused, be obedient, be consistent and patient. Yeah. And also remember to love one another.
Well, you've heard it for yourselves from Wishborne. You know, you gotta be patient when it comes to pursuing your purpose, when it comes to going for your dreams. You know, you've gotta be patient, but above all, you know, you've gotta pray about it and you've gotta trust the process. So thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure having you here, and we look forward to you joining us for the next show.